You.
Yeah.
What's going on, E?
What's the word, iLLWill? How you feeling, brother?
Feeling great, baby. Feeling great. How you feel on that side?
Oh, man, I am blessed and highly favored.
Talk about it,
you
man.
know how that go? Are you blessed and highly favored today, brother?
Oh, always, man, always.
Which one blessed you today, man?
You know, this week was one god by the name of Apollo. You know
Let's
what I'm
get
saying?
it. Carrying the sun back and forth.
Yes,
and all
sir.
That.
Yeah.
Took the time out to bless you.
Yep.
Damn, that's love, bro. That's love. And I hope the rest of you out there are feeling blessed. Welcome, welcome. Get settled. Let your hair down. We're going to do what we do best, man. But before we do that, I'm here live with
baby.
my brother, my blood.
iLLWill, baby.
Yes, sir.
You know, the two-time Son of the Year award, back-to-back,
Oh,
$8.99.
Let's get it.
You know, I'm up for a Father of the Year award this year, though. So let's
wait, hold on.
You gotta introduce yourself first.
No. Before we get into all that, time out. Not only are you in the running for Son of the Year again, your sixth ring, you're in the running for Father of the Year, your first ring.
First ring, baby.
Wow. Damn, congrats to you, brother.
I
hope you get it. You might have deserved it.
I think I do, man.
You feel me? I am your boy, Prince Akeem, JussEricMatthew. That's me.
Talk about it, baby.
I'm out here. And welcome to another edition of the world famous No Facts, No Problem. Audience of one. Ain't no name yet. The name matters. Keep talking shit. The bald and the bearded. The daddy and the man. Dialogue. But yeah, man. No, we're here. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to keep it, you feel me?
Caliente, baby.
Caliente picantix.
That fuego.
That fuego. All right, man. iLLWill.
Talk to me.
I said iLLWill.
Yo, talk to me, E.
When should we start serving the fuego?
Now.
Let's get it. Go ahead, talk to him. Let's jump right in.
So this week,
yeah.
Well, you know, this year we have a little measles outbreak.
Hold the fuck on.
All right.
You said we got a what?
Feels like we're back in 1921 and shit. We got a measles outbreak.
A measles outbreak?
Yeah,
that
man.
is definitely a Great Depression kind of disease, bro.
I don't know, man. This shit is funny.
A measles outbreak, bro?
But yeah, so far in 2019, there's been a reported 465 people.
Hot damn.
God damam.
Where is this measles outbreak, by the way?
It's part of New York, but if you ask me, it's another state, and that's Brooklyn.
Spoken like a true uptown dude. Brooklyn's another country, boy.
That's just another country.
No, I can't say that. I used to live in Brooklyn. But shout out Brownsville and all that. But okay, so this is in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, baby. Motherfuckers got the measles out there.
Do you know what happens when someone gets the measles?
I have no idea.
Shit.
Because I don't live in 1921.
That's what I'm saying. This is one of those diseases we thought was going forever, right? Like,
yeah, man.
Damn.
I thought that shit was gone. Apparently, these motherfuckers not getting vaccinated.
Okay. Wait, so this is all due to people not being vaccinated.
Yeah.
I mean,
from what I understand.
I did hear that the mayor or the mayor's office or whoever the fuck is in charge are going to be mandating that people get vaccinated.
It's gonna be a lot of angry religious people. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about
some
if
of
you
those,
know, you know.
Exactly. One of those religions, you know, they're against this vaccination process.
I mean, keep it real. Hold on, because right now, you know, we're alluding to a particular group, but
know
there are a few religions who are kind of anti-vaccination, anti-blood transfusions, etc. I know you're not the most religious person, right?
I don't know.
We know, but do you think they have any grounds to stand on in terms of not being vaccinated? If it's against their religion, if by their interpretation of their holy text, they shouldn't get vaccinated, they shouldn't receive blood transfusions, they shouldn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Impurify. I don't know if that's a word, you feel me?
It might be, man.
It might
if
be,
not,
you know.
We
I
just made up another word.
Exactly. Whole lot. But if their religious text says that they're not supposed to be doing those things, do you think that they have a ground to stand on?
I guess if they believe in it, right? If they believe in it, they should. But people in religion, they always pick and choose what they want from their text, you know. And this is damn near 90% of the religious people that I met. So what are they gonna do? So then they'll say, "Oh no, we can't get vaccinated because my text says it." Well, you couldn't have sex before you married her, right? And you did that, motherfucker. And so these people, they pick and choose what they want.
So you feel it's basically people being selective with their religion?
Yeah, people are selective with their religion.
Damn. You know what? I wanted to argue that. I was ready to argue that. And y'all know, you guys out there know I was ready to argue that. But that's a fact, man. Me included. Like, again, I always talk about how I grew up in the church. And I really mean grew up in the church. I'm talking about praying in tongues. I'm talking about, you feel me? The Holy Ghost running through my body. You feel me? All that. But at the same time, in growing up, I can think back to multiple occasions where I was selective with my religion. In this instance, I'm not so sure that that's what's going on. I think with religion, there are things that are simply easier or more feasible to follow, Yeah. And this is one of them. It's not like, for example, sex before marriage. There are natural biological urges, that we go through, which is why people have sex. But in something like not being vaccinated or not receiving a blood transfusion, that's a little bit easier to manage. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is easier to manage, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not so sure it's just people being selective. It's just like doing what you can do or taking care of the easy ones. It's kind of like when you're playing ball. Yeah. You want to make all your layups, right? Yep. You might miss a couple defensive assignments. You might miss a couple threes. But your layups, you got to make your layups. You feel me? You got to get back on defense. There are some things that you just have to do if you plan to win the game. And I think with religion, I think with religion, it's in the same vein. There are certain things that you can just do naturally. For example, be good to other people, treat others as you want to be treated. And then there are other things that are a little bit harder.
I think we should just rewrite the whole Bible.
Oh, here you go.
And, make it for updated for 2019 standards.
Yo, you know what? Not even to troll out here. I agree with you, bro. No, I've had this thought because I feel like a lot of what was written in the because
that's from 19. Not even
no,
19.
Not 19. I was about to say, yeah. Fucking no. But even for me, who, like I said, I grew up in the church and I believe in God, I can acknowledge that I feel like some of what was interpreted in the Bible is a bit outdated. Like, for example, we're not supposed to wear things that are of cotton or something like that. Yeah. Little things like that. It's like, I'm sure that there was a reason at the time for it, but in today's time, it's not quite valid.
But we all got cotton on 100%.
Exactly. All your shit is 100% right now, boy.
I got 3% polyester, 97% cotton.
Oh my Lord. This motherfucker out here reading labels. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Got the horses in the back. No. But for example, I believe it says in one religious text or another that you're not supposed to smash your wife while she's on her period. Yeah. I think that back in the day, that was more due to hygiene. Like, you can get sick or she can get sick or blah, 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 and somebody can die. This was back in the time when an illness would kill you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Measles and shit.
Exactly. But in 2019, there are ways around that.
But we got hot showers now.
Don't take our word for that. There's no facts, no problem. Apparently, people can be fined $1,000 if they are found to not be vaccinated.
I think it's all good in writing, but how are they gonna find these 470 whatever? I mean, those guys been reported, but how are they gonna find all the other motherfuckers? You think people walk around with their medical ID card and shit, showing
that's
all their vaccinations?
Word. No, that's
the
true.
Vaccination thing that we used to have to take to school.
No, I think what happened, the immunization card, little yellow card.
There you go. Yeah, little yellow card. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that public school shit. You feel me? You heard? Shout out all my public school kids. We out here thriving. Feel me? Flourishing in this world. No, but I think it's going to be like, when someone gets. What really happens when you get the measles?
I mean, you get a few things. You get a little fever.
Talk about
you get a little dry cough,
with
a little runny nose, a side of sore throat. You know what I'm saying?
Shit. But so I asked that to say, I think what happens is whenever you go into the hospital with all those symptoms, when they find out you haven't been vaccinated, is when they would go ahead and fine you. You know, because there's no other way for them to know that you have anything. You know?
Yeah. Doesn't it say that in some cases you don't see anything for the first 10 days or something like that?
Yeah, apparently for the first 10 to 14 days.
10 to 14 days.
Yeah.
I hope you have a doctor that's your uncle and shit. Just go to him so you don't get that fine.
Right, keep it on the low. Word. Nah, 1,000, bro. A light stack. That's not easy, bro. People got responsibilities out here.
Who do they find? Because what if it's a baby? Do they find the mom or the baby?
No, the parents, of course.
I'll find that little kid up. You should have known better.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Can you imagine?
Yo, but speaking of, how often do you go to your doctor?
My doctor, whenever I try not to go to the doctors, man.
What? You try not to go at all?
Yeah, man. Even if I'm in pain, I try to avoid the doctors.
Wait, what do you mean? Like,
I don't trust doctors, man.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't trust. So you'll be going through something, and it's just like I'm not going.
If it's really really bad, I'll go. But
okay, what constitutes really really bad? Where's the line? What's the pain threshold?
Like that shit better be 11 out of 10. Cause I'm not going to the doctor otherwise. Unless Caroline be forcing me sometimes, but I wouldn't go to the doctor. There's medicine, my man. Tylenol cures everything.
so you're of that old school, you know, just put some Robitussin in there.
Yeah, man.
Just go spray some Windex on that cut. You're gonna be all right.
Doctors are iffy, man. Like obviously they're good at what they do because more people are living these days. But
right. With much longer life expectancy.
A lot of the ones that I've had to deal with or I have dealt with in the past, they'll help you out and then fuck you over when they bill their insurance. So I got a huge bill. I had to go into a doctor's office, a dentist's office.
Right.
I was gonna, edit this out. No. I was gonna smack this dentist. I went in on him working on a patient, and I pressed him because he charged me. He put like 3 things.
Hold on. Before you continue. You walked in on him while he was with a patient.
He was with a patient, yeah.
Did they let you go back there, or were you on your bully shit?
No, because they don't know. I mean, they're
were you in there? Did you go there with Luda and Betty, first of all?
No. I should have had backup, right? I went to him to get my tooth was hurting. Right?
Okay.
I couldn't tolerate the pain anymore. So I go to him. He checks it out. He says, oh, it's just your wisdom tooth, whatever.
Okay.
So he takes x-ray. And then they do a annual cleaning. The dentist I go to every 6 months.
Yeah.
For the cleaning and shit. So I leave the office, right? A few days later, I get a bill in my house for $1,800, like a month later. So I look at it, and it says he did X-rays. He pulled the tooth out. He did.
This is in writing.
Yeah, because the insurance tells you what you're being charged for. So I call him up.
Like, this motherfucker ain't do nothing.
I call him up, and he says, no, it was a mistake.
Okay.
That he'll contact the thing, right?
Okay.
So another month passes and I get the bill again. So I just walk over to his office. It's in 207.
Another month passes, the same bill.
The same exact bill, exact same way. So I go to his office and his assistant, the lady in the front, tells me that he does this on the regular. So when I hear that, I get tight.
Oh man.
And on the way out, I pretend like I'm leaving because on the way out, the doors, you have to walk.
You walk past his office.
You walk past his office
before you get
where
to
he's dealing with people. You. So he's there, and I push in the door, and I tell him, "Yo, what's up? Like, we're gonna fix this now." And there's a person right there with their mouth numb and shit, just staring at me.
Yo, so my son Will went full gangster.
Yo, I was gonna smack
full
that guy.
Get down and lay down. Shit.
I know that a lot of doctors do this. And our friend, you can edit his name out.
Okay.
Told me that some doctors do it because insurances give them a hard time.
Supreme, what up?
Yeah, because they give the doctors a hard time, like paying the doctors. So
of
the
course,
doctors end up not getting paid. So they overcharge for stuff.
To make sure that they get something.
So yeah. And another thing is when Caroline gave birth, the doctor lied on the whole insurance thing because we were being charged too. And we told them that, yo, none of this happened.
Yeah.
And they ended up fixing it.
But time out. Okay, so whenever you, so you open the door like, bro, we're gonna fix this right now.
I told him, yo, what's this? You told me you fixed it, or something like that. You know,
what's his reaction though?
He was startled. He didn't expect somebody to
walk
in and kick his shit.
Probably has security now. Kick in your door, waving the 4-4.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Yeah, he got me tight. He got me tight. And then he went behind the counter, and so they have they give out free water.
Well, hold on, before cause I need you to walk the people through this. So you go in there, you bust the door down, like, bruh, we need to have a conversation. I pushed the door open. Yeah.
I told
him, talk about this. You told me you were gonna fix this.
Yeah.
You didn't fix it. What's up?
He says, "Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second.
We finish with this, right?"
I step out the office. He walks out. He closes the door. I don't know what he says to the woman that was inside.
The woman's still in there with the numb jaw.
Yeah, numb jaw and all that.
Let's get it.
Staring at me, mouth all open and shit.
Hold on.
So then he goes and he stands behind his counter, and he threatens to call the cops or something like this. No, he does. He
hold the fuck on.
No, he doesn't.
Hold the fuck on.
Not the cops yet. That happened later on.
Hold on. Because I thought this was peaceful. So even though he's in the wrong,
he
still takes this position of being a dick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. By the way, I didn't get to tell y'all, but there's story time with Uncle Will.
Let him know.
Go ahead.
So he goes behind his counter to look at the files or whatever, or he says, and I tell him, "Yo, you don't have to look. I have the bill right here in my hand."
Exactly.
Call the people and tell them. I told him I wasn't leaving the office until he called
so
and did it in front of me. Yeah. Or send the email out and stuff.
Something.
I asked him to CC me in that shit too.
Yeah.
So he steps in his little, he steps behind the counter. Is glass, but there's an opening.
Of course.
A sliding glass door or whatever. Glass
he thought
window.
he was safe behind the counter, didn't he?
Yeah. So he closes his door, locks. I hear him lock it. So I go and grab a cup of water and I fill it up and I take a little sip and I stand in front and Did
you have your mean mug on first?
Well, yeah, no. The whole time I was serious, which is rare for me.
Exactly. I'm like, for those of you who don't know, iLLWill is rarely. I've probably seen Will angry. I used to say never, but I've probably seen Will angry at this point maybe 5 times. I've known him a good 15 years now. Yeah. I've probably seen him angry a good 5 times. So this is an individual who takes life very easily.
That's I always say
bro.
that.
Exactly. He's not stressing shit. So if you see this man upset, there's a different situation going on.
But yeah, he says something, and he sees that I got the cup in my hand, and I'm in a position where I'm gonna throw it at him.
Right.
And I would have climbed behind that window if he wouldn't have done something. So he says he writes an email.
This is wild. Why have I never heard this story?
I don't know. Fucking dentist, man.
Fucking dentist.
That's the last time I went to him. He probably threw my file out right there.
Dog, I was gonna ask you that later on, but okay, continue.
No, if I would have went back to him, we would have had a problem. And you know what gives me more?
No, but hold on, because you're jumping all over.
You're right. Yeah.
So he's behind the counter. You're on the other side with a cup of water in your hand,
and I have it like in a cocked position, like I'm ready to launch.
He knows what time it is. He sees what time it is. He knows.
So he says, "Okay, I'm gonna write an email and give me your email." So I put the cup down and I write my email and I hand it to the girl because he didn't want to take it from my hand. So I hand it to the girl. And the whole time that girl looks nervous. She probably thought she just had her hair did and shit.
It's like, baby, she's got her shit there. Curls is popping probably. Yeah. It's like, bro, don't throw no water. Like, baby, this ain't you ain't got nothing to do with this. Don't worry.
But then he ultimately he wrote that email up. I even went to go check if he locked the door, even though I heard him lock it.
Yeah.
Because he got me tight.
But tell me, you said he threatened to call the police?
Oh yeah, when he saw that I put my hand back to throw the water, he said, "Yo, I'll call the cops if you assault me in any way."
It's like, motherfucker, I'll be gone long before.
I know, yeah, motherfucker. Good luck finding me. Even though he has my file right there, I would have snatched
tell him
that shit.
I'll slap the shit out of you, and then you feel me? The cops gonna come get me, but you still got slapped.
Motherfucker, I would have sued him for insurance fraud. Yeah, all that shit.
Insurance fraud.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
For insurance fraud.
But did he fix it though?
He fixed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he fixed it. He wrote an email, and I got CC'd in it. So he sent it to the insurance company.
And the insurance company regulated everything.
Yeah, I when they did it, then I called my insurance
to let them know, hey, this guy.
Like you guys should have got an email.
Right.
He wrote in the email that he made a mistake.
Okay.
But I know it was on purpose.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm paying $1,800
for routine cleaning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
When I get a cleaning for free, I get 2 X-rays a year for free.
That's what I'm saying. He got a government job.
Yeah, man. I should have smacked this motherfucker.
He got benefits.
Yeah.
You feel me? Y'all better chill for Caroline get on that ass. That does not mean he's an eligible bachelor.
Yo, that's what got me more tight. That Caroline recommended this motherfucker to me.
Oh,
I went and told Caroline. I said, Caroline, what are you doing
go
with
with
this
your
guy?
bum ass dentist, B.
Motherfucker.
Do you know if he's been doing the same thing to her?
I have no idea because I never seen her. She's never got billed.
Okay, got you.
So, but the little assistant told me that he does it a lot.
Okay,
and people go in all the time complaining
about this shit. Yeah, man, insurance fraud is real out here.
But yeah, to bring it back to measles, which is where this whole doctor conversation started, or dentist in this case.
Got the polio, got measles,
but
smallpox, chickenpox. My bad. Go ahead.
Smallpox. You ever had chickenpox?
No. You know what's weird?
It.
Hold on. I think I've had it because I remember pictures of my sister, my big sister. Shout out Sarah.
But
I remember pictures of her as a youngin', and she had it like on her legs, and I was already born and stuff, and I was always with my sister, so I'm sure I had it. I just don't remember having it.
Yeah. I had it.
You remember having it?
Yeah, I remember having it. I was little. I was looking like a red polka dot dude all over my whole body.
While you were in Puerto Rico?
No, I missed school. I was here in New York already.
Okay.
Y'all
don't know. Will done lived around the world. It's worldwide Will for real.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
But yeah, bringing it back to the measles, man. God damn it.
I don't know why I'm laughing at measles, but go ahead.
Fucking measles. But yeah, at least I don't know how they're gonna implement this whole finding people on some Liam Nelson shit. But yeah, at least the measles are fucking treatable and shit.
Find you, I'm gonna destroy you.
At least they're treatable and curable.
Right.
Not like something else like HIV or one of those other shits, you know?
Yo, speaking of which, who is the most famous HIV patient that you know?
Most famous Magic
all of
Johnson.
Y'all out there. Exactly. And your boy Magic, you see he's in the news today.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh man. So for those of you who don't know, first of all, that's my favorite bar on this whole show.
For those of you who don't know.
Magic Johnson was hired last season to be the president of basketball operations for the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA. Last night, on the last game of the season for the Lakers, because the Lakers didn't make the playoffs, Magic held an impromptu press conference where he resigned from his position.
Word.
He didn't tell his boss.
Nope, we found out at the same time.
Exactly. She found out along with us.
Yep.
He didn't tell anyone else. It almost seemed as if he was driving into work that day and decided,
fuck this place.
Yeah, it was like, no, legit. It's like he was driving in and was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this shit no more. You know? Again, for those of you who don't know, Magic Johnson is an all-time great basketball player. Many people think he's some people think he's the greatest of all time. Many people think he's the greatest point guard of all time, at the least.
Yeah.
And now he's an executive. He owns movie theaters. He's a businessman.
Talk about he owns a part of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Exactly. So I'm sure you know of Magic, even if you don't follow sports per se. With all that said, Will, did you see this, that he resigned?
Yes, sir. I saw it. I saw the press conference and all that.
What were your initial thoughts when you saw this?
It was fucking, I mean, I didn't expect it, obviously, but when you hear his speech, he says that people were like backstabbers or something like that.
He mentioned that, right? About backstabbers, yeah.
And all the chitter-chatter in the back. But even with that, I think, because that happens even when you're a player and shit.
Exactly.
But I think he left more so because he couldn't do things that he could have done before. I think he's not used to the restrictions.
No, that's definitely that's a fact.
That being part of a team brings,
because as you said, he's not used to the restrictions. The restrictions being the tampering rules.
Yeah, tampering.
Being that he's affiliated with one team, he can't really make comments about players on other teams without getting fined. He can't move like Magic. He can't move like Magic Johnson would normally move. You know? Did you see this coming at all?
Hell no. I thought he was gonna stay. He got LeBron, arguably the greatest player this last decade.
I know, but LeBron 34, turning 35 at the end of this year.
You know, if he would have stayed, I think they would have got Ben Simmons eventually, because Ben Simmons looks up to him. That was one of the tampering rules, because he asked Ben Simmons asked him for guidance or like to help out and shit. and they went through all the steps, but the Sixers denied it or denied the request or whatever. And I said before on this podcast that I think Ben Simmons or KP is going to be the first one to deny the rookie contract.
That's a fact. Will Stradamus did call that. I want to see if that goes through.
I think one of them two is going to be. Well, maybe not so much KP no more with all this sex allegations. I think he's going to want that.
Well, he's going to want that money out. Yeah.
But Ben Simmons, I still think he's going to be one of the younger guys to be the first to deny it.
Right.
And he's going to sign with the Lakers or something. I thought he would have signed with the Lakers. He's already cool with LeBron.
He's cool with LeBron and shit. I just, being that they're the same player, I don't see him doing that. But I hear you in terms of Magic. He did reach out to Magic. And
he reached out to Magic.
And the Sixers shut that down. I saw this, bro, and automatically I thought Magic is just like us.
Yeah?
I thought Magic is just like us, man. Think about it. We've heard of cuffing season, right?
Yes, sir.
Cuffing season is approximately late September to mid to late March, per se, right? During the cold weather.
When March Madness is over, so it's cuffing season.
Exactly. Exactly. You're back to being a free agent. Basically, I think Magic.
Declare for the NBA, buddy.
Exactly. Declare for the draft. He crazy. No, but I definitely think Magic is just like all of us because basically he resigned from this position, as he said, because it wasn't fun anymore.
Word.
Does that not sound like a stereotypical man? Like, bruh, I've been in this, you feel me? All you do is complain now. You don't even mop it off clean anymore, you feel me? You be farting around me. You don't cook no more. Exactly. Every Tuesday we get the same stale-ass tacos. Like, come on, bro. Come on with this shit. You feel me? I want out. And I think that's what Magic was doing, man. He's like, oh, I can't tweet. I can't congratulate people. Son, he sounds like a boyfriend who is under wraps, man. He sounds like an uptown dude who just wanted to be free, bro.
He definitely wanted to be free, man. He's tired of the Lakers telling him what to do. Jimmy Buss was probably yelling at him in the background. They had a 4-hour. They're cool, though. They're cool.
He kept saying, I love Jeannie like a sister. I love Jeannie like a sister.
They had a 4-hour meeting.
Bro.
You love her so much, you couldn't tell her this.
For those of you who don't know, they had a meeting the day before, a 4-hour meeting.
4 hours.
Where Magic sat in like everything was Gucci, just like a dude who's going to leave you right before the weather gets nice. Y'all going to go on dates and getting your little brunch at Mama Juana or Papacito, you feel me? Bottomless mimosas, thinking everything's sweet. And the next thing you know, as soon as March Madness is over, he hit you with that text. Yeah. And that's the way he did it. He didn't even break up face to face. You feel
word.
Me? It's like he broke up over Twitter.
Yeah, word. Fucking media had to tell him. TMZ out here reporting that shit.
Man. Magic, man. And this isn't the first time he's done this. Like, he has a track record of leaving gigs, in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
Who has he done it to before?
Bro, whenever he was the coach of the Lakers in the mid-90s, he left.
Bounced.
10
days
out of
in.
nowhere.
It wasn't out of nowhere.
Show. It was out of nowhere, bro. He had a contract for like 3 seasons.
No, I know, but they had a 10-0 loss. I mean, they
had a 10-game losing streak. That happens. It's the NBA.
He's not used to losing, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That one I'll write off. He's not used to losing. He'll take
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's like, man, I'm not used to this shit. I got to get out of here.
iLLWill has just brought up a great point. This is the same man who went one-on-one with HIV and got the W.
Yep.
Okay? That brother is not used to losing, bro. A 10-game losing streak is not for him, man.
Hell no, I'm not.
So I feel you on that, but nah.
Who did he coach? Do you know?
The Lakers.
No, obviously the Lakers. Who was on the team, though?
Ooh, I know it was like Eddie Jones. Nah, it's like Eddie Jones, Nick Van Axel. Not scrubs, like solid dudes, but nonetheless, 10-game losing streak to end the season. He was like, yo, I'm done, B.
Fuck
like
this.
Exactly. Like, I'm Magic Johnson. I don't got to do this shit. Basically, man. No, legit.
But I'm not losing no more, buddy. Fuck that.
Bruh, come on, man.
You think he'll ever go back to coaching?
No.
I don't think so.
He will never do any of this shit again.
He could be an ambassador. He was the ambassador before this, and he could tweet and shit like that.
Fam, I think that's exactly the position he wants. He wants to be affiliated with his Lakers, you know. But at the same time, he wants to be able to mentor other players. He wants to be able to congratulate someone and be good. I'm telling you, Magic is just like us. He wants to be able to like a thirst trap on IG without his shorty barking on him. I'm trying to tell you, bro. He wants to be able to send a wild tweet without his girl being like, yo, I thought you were asleep. Like, what you doing on Twitter?
What you doing on Twitter at 2 a.m. LA time?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Magic is just like us, man. And you know his mentality is different. Like I said, he went one-on-one with the HIV and got the dub,
got the
bro.
dub, baby.
Come on, man. That's a different individual.
Maybe if I would have known that he missed all those, like his office time was limited and all this, then I would have seen it coming. But nah,
oh yeah, they didn't let that out.
They didn't let that out until later on.
Yeah,
like I found out about it today.
Apparently, for those of you who don't know, he wanted to fire Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka is the general manager of the Lakers. And the general manager is the one who picks the players, basically. Yep. He wanted to fire Rob Pelinka and hire his own guy. And Jeannie Buss, who is the boss, the owner, shut that down. She's like, no, we're keeping Rob. And that's when Magic was like, you know what?
Fuck this.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to just bow out.
And the coach, too. I think ultimately he wanted to get rid of
Luke.
Luke.
No, Luke was gone. Luke probably still is gone.
No, but she told him that he's staying.
No, apparently she told him you can fire Luke.
Oh.
But Rob has to stay.
Rob is staying?
Yeah, because Luke was hired long before Magic and Rob even came along.
No, yeah.
Luke was her pick, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why what I heard was that since it was her pick, she wants him.
No, so because it was her pick, she's on some, you know what? Y'all didn't pick him. It's okay. Y'all can get rid of him, but Rob has to stay. And Magic was trying to get rid of Rob, and she's like, bruh, like, you don't.
Rob just got
never
promoted
done this job
today, though, by the way.
Oh, yeah? What did he get promoted to?
Well, they just said he's going to take on the roles of, like, he's going to stay the GM, but he's going to have, like, presidential role as well.
So, basically, he's taking Magic's job.
Yeah. He's going to have both. He's going to keep both. So, they'll have, like, one guy for both.
Ain't nobody want that job, man.
Yeah.
That Lakers job looks shaky right now, bro.
That's like a Knicks job. Nobody wants that shit.
No, weirdly enough, I think someone would want the Knicks job.
Well,
maybe I'm a delusional Knicks fan, but no, I think people want glory, man.
It's gonna be hard to get glory when we have like Steve Mills, who I don't like, and he's not going anywhere because the fucking owner is so caught up in loyalty and shit.
Bro, I think the people who are involved in this world are people who want to make their mark in society, want to make their mark in the world. They want to be known as the ones who turned the Knicks around. You feel me? We've sucked for decades.
That's why Phil took it.
Exactly. It's not like the Lakers. They've only been bad, 5 or 6 years? You know, like we've been bad forever. So
we've been bad for 10 years. We were in the finals in 2000.
Like, come on. Like, let's keep it a stack, you know. We've sucked for, the last finals appearance was in 99. It's 2019. That's 20 years. So barring 2-3 Carmelo years, we've been pretty horrible, man. So the Knicks job, I think, is one of those jobs where people want to turn it around and want that prestige. That Lakers job, on the other hand, I think it's a different kind of pressure, man. You got a damn near 35-year-old Bron, and he's on his way out. He's on his way down, and you have to find a way to prop him up, basically.
That boy's still good, though.
No, he's still a beast. I'm just trying to say I can completely understand Magic being like, you know what? This ain't quite for Magic Johnson, baby.
Yeah, man, I know what you mean. I guess there's a different type of pressure, even though we're the world's most famous arena, and we're still the best team in the NBA.
Bro.
I guess.
Bro, hold on. Sorry to cut you off, but I think ultimately Magic just needs to, find his purpose. Because where he was going, it wasn't working out. You're unhappy. And I would say this to anyone. If you have the means to still support yourself and you're unhappy, then go ahead and quit that job, bro. Get the fuck out. Get out of here. Skedaddle.
Kick rocks, B.
Kick rocks, B. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know?
So ultimately, you want him to find his purpose.
I think that's what he needs to do because he thought that this was it, amongst his many hats, amongst his many jobs. Yeah. He thought that this was one, and it clearly wasn't. So
not at all.
He just needs to find his purpose, ultimately.
I know who else. I know someone who thought they found their purpose.
What the fuck you talking about?
A one named Allison Mack. You heard of her story?
Oh, yeah. I used to watch Smallville, man.
Oh, man, all of us, I think. The Smallville show was
about it.
That was a good one, but
fill the party people in.
She says she found her calling or her purpose in life when she joined the occult-like group known as the NXIVM.
Okay.
And they were like a little sex slave operation.
Wait, but who's Allison Mack, though?
Allison Mack, she's an actress.
For those of you who don't know.
For those of you who don't know, Allison Mack is an actress.
Right.
She played She was on the TV show Smallville.
Yes, she
It was on the come up of Superman.
Yeah.
In case you guys didn't know.
WB.
On the WB.
CW.
Yep. CW, you remember that?
I used to dead ass watch that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
One Tree Hill, all that.
Me too. One Tree Hill, all that.
All that.
But yeah, Allison Mack, she was an actress from the show Smallville. That's what she's most known for. She joined that secret sex group, or where they were recruiting women, and then ultimately
turning them into sex slaves. Basically.
Yeah, basically. And she says that the guy was doing it for a good thing, and the guy, his name is Keith Raniere.
Yeah,
he was like the leader of the whole thing.
Keith, come on, Keith.
Get it together, Keith. Bitch. He's the one that started this whole sex group.
Right.
She joined.
It was supposed to be like some kind of self-help group.
It was supposed to be a self-help group, yeah.
But all he was doing was digging him down.
Yup, basically that son of
a self-help group, but all he was doing was helping himself to that pussy. But yeah, no,
this is
legit.
Not a laughing
it was
matter,
supposed
guys.
to be no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Let's get serious. It was supposed to be a self-help group, but he was basically swindling these women, keeping some of them against their will.
Yep.
And forcing them into being sex slaves, basically.
Yeah.
And she's been charged with 2 counts that carry 20-year sentences each.
Yep. So 40 years, right?
Yeah, 40 years. But she's not going to get that much.
Yeah, no.
She's going to plead down.
They probably run on top of each other. So it'll be
concurrently?
just 20. Yeah, concurrent. So 20 years.
Yeah.
And Allison Mack, she actually pleaded guilty to that.
Yeah. She was crying in the courtroom and shit.
Yeah, crying and all that. Of course. After she did all the bad.
Judge,
She wants people to feel bad for her, but
yeah,
I don't.
How you don't feel bad for her at all?
No, hell no, man. How long were they doing it?
Nah, you know what's weird? In a way, I can believe that she was led astray. I can believe that she was swindled, just like some of these other women were. Cults are, bro. When you look around, fam, like, look how many people. No, I'm saying when you look around, look how many people are being swindled. Look how many people are being mind fucked. On social media every day, people are being controlled.
In the Catholic Church every day.
And exactly, in the Catholic Church every day, people are being controlled. What the fuck you giggling about, man?
The only difference between a cult and a religion is that whoever invented it is still alive.
That's a fact. No, legit.
That's a fact.
To me, it is. I can understand that reasoning.
And not religion, I mean a church.
Yeah,
I
get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I can completely understand if she was also misled, man. Like, she might also be a victim of this. But with that said, she should pay for her alleged crime. Well, she pleaded guilty, so she should pay for her crimes, and she should be punished because she helped bring other women into this suffrage, But I do believe, I always say on here that I believe in redemption, man. Like, if she's truly sorry and she's truly remorseful, then shit, I do think there should be a path to that after she atones, after she pays her debt to society. You know what I mean?
Her debt to society is 40 years? Or 20,
I don't know about that, man. I don't know how they work these sentencings. Yeah, no, she gonna go under for a while.
For a little bit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I do believe in second chances, obviously. I think I've said that before, but I don't feel bad for her because how long do you realize you're doing something bad to another person? How long does it take you to realize that? If she's out there getting these girls drugged up and raped.
Yo, but hold on. See, I think you're viewing it from a point of view of someone who's never really been mind fucked in that way, bro. Like, if you're all the way in it, you're committed and all this shit, like, you don't necessarily realize that you're doing all this damage.
What I'm saying is, if she would have not got caught, I think she would have still been doing it.
Of course.
So I can't feel bad for her, man. I don't know.
I just feel like she had to be shaken out of it. It's kind of like
shaken out of it. How though? Just because she got caught?
She got caught. Yeah.
She's not sorry for her action. She's sorry she got caught.
At this point, okay, you can make that argument. I just feel like it might be something like a drug addiction, for example. Like, you're addicted to drugs, you're in it, you're living that life, and you don't realize how bad it is until you're pulled out of it a little bit. You know what I mean? I think it might be some of that. But ultimately, like I said, she's going to pay the price.
Well, you think one has to do with the other?
What?
It doesn't matter. Her daughter was a part of it too, by the way.
Wow.
Her daughter pleaded guilty as well, yeah.
How old is her daughter?
Her daughter, who knows, man?
Shit.
We ain't got no facts.
We ain't got no facts, man. I pray she was 18. Damn.
But her daughter was her daughter was helping her out in it. So her daughter
that's what I'm saying. I pray she was 18. I hope it wasn't some underage girl being swindled into this shit. That's wild. Damn it, Allison. Nah, you need a couple years. You need to sit down for a little while. You know?
20 years, baby. 20 years. 40, I mean 40. Give her that time.
Yo, do you think Magic Johnson could have started a cult?
Magic Johnson could have, hell yeah. I think all those people that are like A-list at the top of their game could have started a cult. Like Kanye West could have done it at one point in his career.
Oh, hell yeah. I think Kanye can still.
And on top of that, he has Sunday service now.
Oh,
you're right.
God.
And let me tell you that actually there was a church where they praised Jesus. It was a real church in Chicago, but it wasn't started by him though. But yeah, that church is still up, I think. I don't know if it still is, but it's definitely a religion.
Yo, and back to Magic, you know he has a gay son, EJ.
Yes, sir.
EJ be flamboyant as hell. He's all 6'7",
He's out there, baby.
In heels,
He be
and
on
the
TV.
whole world. So the other day, I saw that D Wade also has a gay son. Did you peep that?
Yes, I did. I think.
First of all, did you know that he had a gay son?
I didn't know. I didn't know he was that young though.
Right. He's 11 years old.
11 years old. Yeah.
Don't know.
But I definitely knew he had one. I think Gabrielle Union said it somewhere.
Okay.
His wife or his girlfriend. I don't know.
No, it's his wife now. They married. They married.
Yeah, he was out there cheating on her at one point. No.
No, man. They were separated, and he went.
Oh, they're separated. And let me rephrase that because black men don't cheat.
Exactly, man. Don't cheat, bro. Come on now.
I almost forgot, man. It just slipped my mind.
Slipped your mind, player. D Wade out here being faithful.
Yeah, man. But yeah, he was out there on a gay parade.
Yeah, D Wade's son took part in the Miami Pride Week, rather. For a lot of people, it was shocking because a lot of people didn't know, myself included. And I just thought it was cool. I thought it was great that not only was D Wade behind it, but D Wade's other son, the son that's a lot more in the spotlight and the limelight.
Yeah, that's out
he
there.
was also repping with him, you know. I thought it was pretty cool, man. I thought it was a bit, I don't really like this word, but progressive. Yeah. D Wade is like this alpha male athlete, whatever. Him having a gay son, it's almost like for a lot of these toxically masculine, homophobic dudes who tend to dwell in sports, it makes it somewhat normal or makes it somewhat okay. You know, It's not like this weird foreign thing. You know what I mean? Because Magic Johnson, okay, he has his gay son, but Magic hasn't played since 91. Like the world and society has moved forward since then. Exactly. So D Wade's a bit more current. He's a bit more in your face, and
definitely,
yeah. I thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too that he's out there supporting his son and not doing anything to
not neglecting
or anything like that. So yeah, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm all for it, supporting your son and everything. Me being a father, I would support my son, whichever way he
hold on, whichever way he decides to swing. Why are you laughing?
I'll support my son no matter what his choices are.
No, but why are you laughing though? I want to know.
I just found it funny when no matter which way he swang.
It doesn't matter which way he decides to swing. What would you do? Like your kid comes up like, yo, pops, man, I'm gay as hell, bro.
I'm gonna be like, buddy, listen. You gotta
listen, we've all been there. No,
you gotta go out there and be the best gay man you can be.
Heard you. That's love.
I'm gonna support that little mother trucker, no matter what. It's progressive what he was doing, and there's a lot of progressive things happening in the news these days, like drug changes or testing and drug changes. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw this. Tell the people.
So there was a bill passed in New York, baby. Talk about it.
New York, where, big city of dreams.
The New York City Council passed a bill prohibiting marijuana testing being a part of the hiring process in New York, and the more importantly to me, banning it from the city from requiring marijuana testing for people on probation.
Yes, sir. Repeat that last part, man.
Yeah, I think they got to hear that one twice, right?
Yeah, we got two time, baby.
They're banning the city from requiring marijuana testing from people on probation.
Hey, man, right? I love that.
And that one is perfect, man. What you got to say about that, Winnie?
Bro, I think this is amazing, man. For those of you who don't know, like probation is I think probation is a trap. So basically what happens is you're arrested, you do some time, and based on your sentence, you're released a bit early, right?
Yep.
And what happens is they put all these stipulations in place to say that if you do one of these things. So, for example, if you fail a drug test, be it alcohol or marijuana, or if you have any contact with convicted felons, or if you have, they put all these different stipulations in place, which say that if you violate your parole, you will be thrown back in jail, and usually for additional time. Yep. And many people find themselves back in jail based on violation of parole. For example, if you're from the hood, sometimes you might be around other felons. That automatically could be a violation of parole, or shit, I can get a contact high and piss a dirty test. That could be a violation of parole. So I definitely think that, first of all, I don't like the parole system to begin with, all those stipulations, but that's a whole different conversation. Yep. But I definitely think that this approach, not allowing people to violate the parole based off of failed drug tests, is a step in the right direction. I think the city is moving forward, absolutely, in a direction that doesn't demonize or criminalize marijuana. I personally don't feel like it's a criminal thing, so I'm all for it, man.
Matter of fact, this whole progression should be extended a little further, and we should, just legalize it in the state of New York.
Legalize
you know what I mean?
it.
Exactly, man. We gotta forget about these marijuana drug or anything not anything, but all these marijuana things.
Right.
Legalize it, free everybody who had a nonviolent marijuana case,
right.
And then us, the minority, should get first dib on the marijuana industry. All right, because they did that to keep our people down.
Hell yeah, man. They've been violating us off this shit for years.
So we should have first dibs in there, not the white people. All right, say that shit real quick.
Talk about it.
Yeah, man. But I fuck with that. I love the progression that we're in. We're a step behind all these other states, but we'll catch up eventually and hopefully surpass them. Because
it's upstate New York holding us back. Right?
I know it's upstate New York, man. All these Albany, Troy, Syracuse, Buffalo.
All of you guys who like to say that you're from New York whenever you're overseas. Oh, I'm from New York. I've ran into a few of y'all, and then I call y'all out. Y'all look at me like I'm crazy. So for those of you who don't know, you feel me? When you're overseas, motherfuckers from Syracuse, from Albany,
they say
from Schenectady. They love telling those people, oh, I'm from New York. I'm from New York. And those people, of course, think they mean New York City. So a few of those times I've gotten those, oh, I'm from New York. And I'll be like, oh, where? From where? And they'd be like, I'm from Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Yeah. My immediate reaction is always, oh, so you're from upstate.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm from upstate. So I'm like, so why the fuck don't you say you from upstate, bro? Stop claiming New York. We don't claim you. Syracuse.
Exactly. Say you're from Syracuse
You
first.
feel me? Go ahead, Albany.
And if they say, oh, where's Syracuse located? Because that's going to be the follow-up question.
That's the next question. Exactly. Nobody know where the fuck you at.
It's a small town up here in New York.
Exactly. Stop, feel me, living off the juice in New York. Feel me? And y'all bring us down. I'm not trying to hear it.
For real, man.
Anyway, that was a sidebar.
Mother trucker.
Hey, yo, Will.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Will.
Yep.
Where can the party people find us
Talk about
if
it,
they
man.
need to talk to us?
They can find us all social media platforms under the name No Facts, No Problems. That's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit, because you read it on Reddit, MySpace, Mi Gente, Skonix, Christian Mingle,
Black People Meet,
Black
Planet,
exactly,
local hookups,
all that shit, local hookups.
You feel me? And where can they find you if they wanted to find you individually?
They can find me on Twitter at WorldwideWill.
Yes, sir.
And on Instagram at @TheReal_Will.
Okay, talk about it.
You know what I'm talking about? How about you, E? Where can we locate you, man?
Brother, I am so plain and simple. I'm never on schedule, but I'm always on time.
Talk about it.
I can be found at JussEricMatthew. That's JussEricMatthew. And that's just on Twitter, baby. If you see me anywhere else, I probably don't use that app, okay? You find me on Twitter, holla at me. I definitely holla back. You dig? And let's talk that shit. Let's talk that talk.
And lastly, if they want to email us any questions,
yes,
any concerns.
If you're 95 years old, you go ahead and use this.
And you'll go ahead
AOL account, you feel me?
Use that AOL account to email us at
yes.
NoFactsNoProblem.
Use that Blockbuster
gmail.com. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, move on.
All right, man. Come on now. Stop
bro.
rushing
Okay,
me
first
on.
of all, I'm gonna need you. First of all, I'm gonna need you to fix your tone. Okay, all this extra move on. We moving on. Damn,
moving on, girl.
Yo, Will, let's talk about some deportes.
Let's talk about some deportes
before La Chama gets in our ass.
So this week we had some career-ending performances from a Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade, and possibly, maybe, perhaps, tal vez, Jamal Crawford, right?
Let's get it. Yes.
Talk to me. What you thought about those performances?
Man, keep it real. I'm not going to front. So Kobe's was a couple of years ago. So everyone else's I view through the Kobe lens. And for those of you who don't know, Kobe made sure to drop a 60-piece McNugget on his last game, you know, in true Kobe fashion. He put up 50 shots and got 60 points.
God,
okay?
Man, 50 shots?
50 shots.
God
shooting
almighty.
The whole club up like he was trying to get another boy. So, we got your boy Dirk.
Yep.
He had a 30-piece. D. Wade, he had a 30-piece. But Jamal Crawford, Jay Crossover, former Knick, he had 51 points.
Woo.
Okay? The fourth 50-point game on a different team. Feel me? He had one with the Knicks, one on the Golden State Warriors, one on the Chicago Bulls, and now one on the Phoenix Suns. And I'm not going to front. I like Dwayne. I love me some Dirk, but Jay Crossover is the one that got my heart because, one,
he's a Knick.
He's a former Knick, exactly. Once a Knick, always a Knick.
Exactly.
But two, he's the one that no one's really talking about. You know, he didn't have the career that the other guys had. The other guys are going to the Hall of Fame. They're going to get all the praises. They've been getting all the praises all year. The commissioner put them into the All-Star game, even though they weren't voted on. You know, Jamal, he's just kind of been chugging along on the trash-ass Phoenix Suns. But on this last one, he made sure, y'all going to remember me, you know. It's been a nice 19, 20-year career. Y'all going to remember I was here, okay?
We don't know if he's retiring, though.
We don't know, but it's looking like.
It's looking like it, right?
He still looks 22 years old.
That boy
but,
good, man.
You know, the NBA tends to spit people out.
At one point, I thought he was the best dribbler in the NBA.
I still think he's up there with exactly. I still think he's up there in terms of crossover, in terms of handle.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Bro, Jamal Crawford's a bad boy, man. 6'5" guard mode.
Dirk, you know, I was impressed with Dirk, obviously scoring 30, this old motherfucking washed up and shit. But now, they both, all three of them, if we count Jamal Crawford, with that 51. But I was impressed because they're definitely not the player they used to be.
No, not at all.
But Dirk still got that stroke.
Dirk, hey, yo. No, Dirk was hitting yesterday.
No, yo,
Dirk was hitting yesterday.
Dirk is the reason why big men step out.
Big facts.
You know,
he changed the game.
He changed the game, and you know, and he was like he wasn't the first European player, but he was like the first that, you know, was like the star of their team and stuff like this. So I think he changed the game.
He sure did. 7-footer shooting 3-pointers.
7-footer shooting threes.
Different. Think about it, bro. The power forwards that we were used to as kids, like the Karl Malones, you feel me, the Tim Duncans, those are bruisers, bro. They're going to bang, they're going to move around, and they're going to do the thing. Dirk was out there, straight jump shot, and then he learned to bang later on, but he started off with the jumper.
Yeah. And then Dwayne Wade, he was, you know, he's like the last of that class. Or he's not the last, we got LeBron, but that class.
Yeah. The 03 class.
Yeah, the 03
Legendary
class.
03 class.
That's still the best draft that I've seen live.
Yes. If you put it that way, that you've seen live, absolutely.
Not if you don't count those old ones.
I was gonna say because '96.
Yeah, but I didn't see that.
Yeah,
live.
no, we didn't see that one live. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So that I saw live. That's why I want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
The one that I saw live was that 03. I still think that's the best class to come out.
Yeah.
In
my era.
Watching.
Yeah, exactly.
And Dwayne Wade was what, the fourth pick?
D Wade was fifth. Chris
Fifth.
Bosh went fourth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Carmelo went
third.
Yeah.
Darko Milicic 1 second.
Yeah, and he got a ring.
He sure did.
Those top five got rings. All five.
They sure
did.
Damn you, Darko.
So yeah, I think Dwayne Wade, you know, he's leaving home crowd on a good note. He should have went for 60, but you know he couldn't do what Kobe
everybody
did,
can't
you know?
be Kobe, you know.
Exactly. And then I also want to talk about Vince Carter because he's gonna be the last player drafted in the 90s.
Vince Carter, your former favorite player.
Yeah, he was my favorite player back in the day when he was when he was in Toronto.
You and a lot of people. Let's keep it a
was out there
stack.
dunking.
Vince Carter was something else, bro.
Bro, that man could jump. And
Y'all
even
know.
late
Y'all
in his
remember.
career when he dunked on the dude from the Heat, Alonzo Mourning. Oh my
body
goodness.
to body.
Yeah.
Hola.
Exactly. So
yeah.
He's gonna be the last player drafted in the 90s that's left in the NBA if all these guys retire.
Wow, damn! I ain't know
So he's gonna play till he's 75,
VC.
76. Shout out to VC.
Wow, that makes me feel particularly old, man.
No, I feel old as fuck.
Shit. The last player drafted in the 90s, I'm like, damn.
He's the last one. If he stays.
No,
I mean, no,
he's
gonna
get. Yeah, he's gonna stay.
He's definitely gonna
he said they're gonna have to rip the jersey off of it.
He's gonna play till he's 76.
Big
man.
facts.
You know.
But speaking of like D Wade and Dirk and D Wade, as you know, he was on the Heat with LeBron. He got 2 rings with Bron. And Bron this year didn't even make the playoffs. You know, he gets all this time off, and he's filming Space Jam.
Yes, sir.
Space Jam 2, excuse me.
Space Jam 2.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Talk about the Greek freak,
the Nigerian freak. He's there's a movement out there about that, but you know, if he's a Greek freak, he's a Greek freak. Whatever you want to call yourself, we know where your roots are at. You feel me? Come on home, Giannis. But he turned down a role on Space Jam 2. Did you hear about that?
I don't blame him for turning it down. He's young. He's focused on the NBA. I think he wants to be the best in the world. I think he should have done it, man. You gotta broaden your horizon, and what I mean by that is you should try to get this money from anywhere you can.
Get this what?
Get this chicken, baby. That you know.
Let's get
it. You gotta get that chicken everywhere, baby, because that might not be presented again. One actor that we all know about has been in every movie ever made. Samuel Jackson said that he's gonna keep.
He turns down no roles.
He doesn't turn down, and he said, "You never know when you're not gonna be able to make money."
Word.
So he accepts a lot of roles, and when a player or
Samuel L. Jackson has been in every movie ever made, bro.
Yo,
think about it. Think about it. This
man
motherfucker's
has played
everywhere.
everything.
If it's 5 minutes or if it's an hour and a half, this motherfucker's everywhere.
Every movie. So like, I like what he says, where you don't know when you're not going to be able to get hired or make money anymore. So I would want him to be in the movie. I want more basketball players in it.
Absolutely.
Everybody only remembers Michael Jordan, but Muggsy Bones was in the older one.
Barkley was in there. Sean Bradley.
Yeah, Sean Bradley's a tall white dude.
Yeah.
He was going to probably play one of those roles.
Right. So one of those dudes who loses their powers, maybe?
Yeah.
Weirdly, I completely understood and appreciated this, man. He said about turning this down, he's like, I don't like to be all Hollywood. I don't like all the drama. And I dug it, man. It's like, fam, you don't need to be on Front Street all the time, you know? You don't need to be all in the videos, dancing. You feel me? Come to death row. Exactly. But I appreciated it, man. He's the same guy who doesn't work out with anyone during the summer.
Yeah.
He's the same guy who
grow up.
You know, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be buddy with everybody. He's angry. He's
on the court. I like that.
Yeah, but for me, even off the court, bro, all this buddy shit. Well, we grew up together. We were playing together. I don't want to hear that shit. You feel me? I'm not with all that. I want you to go out there and be a dog, be a savage. Okay. And Giannis.
So you don't talk to your boys off the court?
Bro, the way that I talk to them on the court, you would think that we're not friends off the court. If you've ever played ball with me.
That's what I'm saying.
If you ever play ball with me, you know. But I'm saying I'm not a professional basketball player. If you know me on the basketball court, I talk the most reckless shit because I want to demoralize you. I want you to feel like less of a man. I want you to feel like you don't belong on that court with me. I want you to feel like you shouldn't have gotten out of bed that day. You feel me? That's where my mind is. And I love to see other players of the same way. So Giannis, Russell Westbrook, all these guys who are just angry and unfriendly, guys after my own heart. So I appreciated this. You're right. He's probably passing up an opportunity. But if he stays in Milwaukee as the lone main star or whatever,
he won't stay
I think it can work out. Strangely, I think he can stay in Milwaukee.
Yeah, 7 seasons.
And after that, he's getting the fuck
Done.
out of here.
It's going to be like...
he's going to go Hollywood like the rest of them?
No, but he's going to go to, a team that he can actually win with because they're good, but they're
I
not winning.
don't know, man. They might win this year. We're gonna have our predictions.
What are you on, crack cocaine?
On the next we're gonna have our predictions on the next episode.
Speaking of Giannis,
yes,
you saw the player poll conducted by the Athletic.
Yeah, I did.
Where they talk about players
anonymously
voted on by the players. Who's the MVP, the best defensive player, most overrated, so on and so forth. What you thought about that poll?
I thought it was cool, but at the same time, it's not all the players. Okay, there are about 450 players on NBA rosters this year.
All the good players. Let's change it. All the good players.
No, we don't even know because it's 122 votes exactly. So we don't know who voted for what, right? But in terms of the MVP,
Yep.
Most valuable player, they voted James Harden. He got 44% of the vote.
Yep.
But Giannis got 38.9. So I'm rounding up to the cutest number. That's 39. I think Giannis is going to win because the players aren't the ones who decide. So I think he's going to get that, you know?
Yeah, I think Giannis is going to get it as well.
Would you vote for Giannis, though? Or who would you vote for, actually?
I would vote for Giannis. I would vote for Giannis because he plays on both sides. He's arguably also the best defensive player of the year. And we'll talk about that later, obviously.
Yeah.
But he plays both sides. He has the best record in the league. Well, not him, his team.
Exactly.
And, he puts up the numbers and all this.
Yeah.
And he's the star player of that team.
Exactly. No, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. He's the best player on the best team. He plays both ends. Harden's a beast. He's having a historical season, you know. Kid is averaging 36 points a game, but, bruh.
I saw he scored more points this season than in his first 3 seasons
combined
in the league, with the OKC.
Coming off that bench, they
coming
know how
off
to
the
use
bench.
him. Who's the best defensive player of the year?
Best defensive player. In terms of the votes?
No, the votes, I know it's Kawhi Leonard. He got 30% of the vote.
30%.
Paul George got 16. Who did you pick?
I would give it to Giannis is up there, man, but you can't give one guy everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to take it away from him. Me, I would give it to Paul George, even though a lot of people argue Rudy Gobert. But I think Paul George should get it because he's...
Damn it. Did you read my mind, man?
So Paul George is out there getting all these steals.
Yeah.
He's
He locks up, man.
Yeah, man.
On the perimeter. He locks up.
That's what I'm saying. He's on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Which I find impressive.
That's
More
a
impressive
fact, bro.
than,
Bro, the
getting
NBA,
blocks at the rim.
Bro, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Getting blocks at the rim
That's
is impressive as well.
yeah.
Exactly. But the NBA right now is a guard league, man. Everyone can kind of handle the ball. Everyone's kind of out there. So the fact that he is one of the main defenders on his team, also while being one of the main or the main offensive player on his team, I got to give him the props, man. He locks up. Paul George, definitely.
Yeah, I hope he gets it, man. That's a good come up for him.
Word. Who did you vote for most improved?
Most improved.
If you steal mine, we're gonna fight.
No, we're not gonna fight. Are we?
No,
no, I'm kidding. No. I still got the same dude I had in the beginning. I mean, in the mid-season awards, which you guys never heard, but it was a
hidden episode. Y'all don't need to hear that when we was wilding.
Yeah,
maybe
man.
we'll release it later.
I still got Fox.
Yes,
winning
De'Aaron
it from
Fox,
Derek Fox from Sacramento Kings, man. I still think his team, even though they didn't make the playoffs, I really thought they had a chance. Fucking Clippers, man. I don't know why they kept winning. But yeah, I still think he's the most improved player.
Word. I went with Spencer Dinwiddie, same guy I said early on. He got injured, came back, kept helping Brooklyn off the bench. Brooklyn made the playoffs this year, way ahead of schedule. Dinwiddie's so humble. He be on Twitter going back and forth with us, man. I know that doesn't factor into the vote, but I got love for Dinwiddie, and he be balling, man. He balls out. Whenever D'Angelo Russell doesn't have it going on, whenever Karis LeVert doesn't have it going on, my man Spencer Dinwiddie gets it popping. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Now mine changed from the midseason only because that team didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
So
who'd you have in the midseason?
Midseason, I had the coach from the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, okay.
Reason because they didn't have any stars.
Their
GMs did no help for them. Yeah. They didn't get no additional players or anything.
Word.
But they missed the playoffs, and unfortunately, people look at that. So I'm gonna go with.
No, that matters. Shit.
Yeah, no, it matters. It shouldn't matter if you coached a team that went from winning 5 games to winning 50. Even though you missed the playoff, that is winning.
Okay, you're right. At that point, we're splitting hairs. At what point? You're right.
That is winning. He's just in a harder conference.
I agree.
Had he been in the, let me tell you, if he was in the East, he would have been in the playoffs.
Probably.
No,
definitely. Record-wise, yeah.
Record-wise.
Yeah, that's a
100%. He would have been in the playoffs.
Touche.
Like, they're still fighting for a playoff spot now in the East.
Yeah.
The West is locked up.
Word, that 8th spot in the East is still open.
Yeah, still 4 teams fighting for that shit would have been locked up with that team.
Big facts.
So I had the coach of the Kings, but I'm switching it over to the coach of the Bucks because they have the best record in the league. He has a star player, and he took what's his name? My twin. Lopez. He took Brook Lopez, made him a 3-point shooter. He didn't make him, but
he empowered him to be a 3-point shooter. Sure did.
And he changed a lot of those people's games, and obviously they got the best record in the league. What about you? Who you thought?
So my pick for coach of the year. Initially, I was gonna go with my man in Milwaukee, but I'm going to go with Mike Malone in Denver. They're in second place right now in the West, but I'm going to give him Coach of the Year because they're in the West. And no one expected Denver to be in second place. Last year, they had to claw their way into the playoffs. This year, they're getting in comfortably. And they're playing well, man. Jokic was up there for MVP for a while. He kind of faded toward the end, but he was up there for a while, you know. And, I'm going to go with my man Mike Malone, former Pop disciple, you know.
Talk about it.
Who is your Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year, I think this one's unanimous across the United States of America, the whole of Europe. Exactly, man.
That's a
you
fact.
argue that one?
No argument there. I'm right with you.
Yeah, I think we all have that one.
But I will say, my man Trey made it a little bit closer second half of the season. Because Luka was kind of bumming it, bro. Second half of the season, bro, let's keep it a stack. Luka was kind of bumming it. He was turning the ball over. He was shooting a horrible percentage. They were saying he was hurt and all this shit. And by the way, if you're on the court, I don't want to hear how hurt you are. I
me either. I don't like
I'm just
that.
putting it out there. Like, I don't care. If you're going to play, shut the fuck up and play. That's it.
Shut the fuck.
No, legit. If you're going to play, don't play to then tell us how hurt you are. No one cares.
These mother truckers, man.
But, yeah.
Were you mad when LeBron did that last year? He walked out with a cast?
Came out with the cast. I mean, I feel you because the shit was over, so it's like whatever.
It was
over,
over,
cast.
yeah.
But ain't nobody trying to hear all that.
Yeah, man.
Ain't nobody trying to hear all that. I'm sorry. And last but not least, who is your sixth man of the year?
Sixth man of the year. Spencer Dinwiddie from the Brooklyn.
Man, look at you.
That's yours?
I'm right with you. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about it.
From the
Brooklyn Nets.
From the Brooklyn Nets, man. He had 39 points one game a little while ago, whatever, and a win over Philly, I think it was, or something like this.
Dinwiddie's a bad boy, bro.
Exactly,
Plain
man.
and simple. Dinwiddie's a bad boy.
He'll come on the Knicks and start. Unfortunately, I hate to reward this team because I think there is only one New York team. But I have to give credit where credit is due, man. And I think he should win the sixth man of the year. There's a lot of other players, but I think he's ahead of the pack.
Yeah,
What
man.
about you?
Bro, he averaged 17 points a game off the bench with 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and he finishes the game for the Brooklyn Nets. He comes off the bench, but he's there during closing time.
Yep.
And yeah, that's valid, man. That's valuable. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it to my man Dinwiddie.
Yeah,
all right.
There was one other topic I want to ask you about.
Talk to me
before we move on.
Talk to me.
And it's where do you think Kevin Durant is gonna play next year? If you saw that the players voted,
the New York Knicks.
You think there's any
orange and blue skies, baby? Orange and blue skies, baby.
Man, this thing.
Can you guess who was the most overrated player?
Most overrated player?
Yeah.
I mean, I already know who they said.
Okay.
Right?
So who do you think is the most overrated player?
Most overrated player in the league has to be I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Doesn't matter.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. The most overrated player in the league is Stephen Curry.
You motherfucker. I was gonna say the same thing. I swear to God. All right. Bet, since you already said Steph, hold on. I gotta think somebody else now, man. Damn. Kind of put me out
You
there.
think he's the most overrated?
I do.
I do too. That's
I
crazy.
do. And don't get me wrong.
He's still good.
Steph is a beast. Steph is a game changer. Steph, he deserved one of those MVPs. But
just one?
Just one. The other one, Harden, should have got it, and I was saying it back then. But all the praises he gets, I'm just a little bit like, come on, bro.
Man.
Come on, bro.
I still think he's great.
He's great, man. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's a beast. He's a game changer. He's damn near unguardable. But the way for a second, they were saying he was the best player in the game while LeBron was still LeBron. Like, what are we doing, bro?
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Like, what are we stop?
Even now, they have him as the best point guard in the league.
Stop.
No, somebody.
Steph Curry still plays no defense.
And he got weak ankles. But somebody said he's the best point guard of all time. And you gotta be on crack.
Shit like that. That's
Who
what I'm saying.
Who was it that said that?
Shit like that is what I'm saying, bro.
It was somebody from his team.
Oh no, if somebody from his team, I understand it. But anyone
Still,
in the
man.
media or whatever, I get it.
All
of you writers are like 6'2", and you had hoop dreams. So you see stuff, you see a little bit of yourself. But stop it. He's not the fucking best player in the league. He's not the best point guard in the league. Like, let's cut it out. He's great.
No, they had him as the best point guard ever.
Oh, stop.
That's what they said.
Stop. Just cut it out. Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, my favorite. No, Jason Kidd, my favorite, but I don't like to.
And then
stop.
Then they asked him, who the best players were of all time, and he left himself out.
That's the humble thing to do.
But
I would say Jordan, Wilt, LeBron, Shaq, and Magic. Yikes.
Yep, there you go. He left Kobe.
Right. Jordan, Wilt, LeBron, Shaq, and Magic. See, so just for that, you clearly see his brain's not working because Kobe's in the top 5. It's light. If you're gonna put Shaq in there, you're gonna put Wilt and Magic.
Well, you had to assemble a team, I think. No, I think
he said it's top 5.
No. But you see, that's misleading. That's why reporters are assholes. So the way they ask him the question is, if he had to start a team or something like this, and those are the players he picked. Not just any top 5 random players that wouldn't play together. Something like that. From what I remember. I saw a video on it, so maybe the video that I saw was misleading.
But nonetheless, I do think he's the most overrated.
Even though he is one of the Splash Brothers.
Bro, he's a beast. He's a bad boy. I just don't like the neck that he gets, Wait, before we start stretching and yawning, iLLWill, what's something that pissed you off this week, man?
Something that pissed me off. Can you start off with the bad energy this week?
All right. Well, it didn't necessarily piss me off, but I saw a video. Y'all know it's always about me seeing a video, right? It was at some high school where students were blindfolded.
I know where you're going with this one.
Oh, man. I know some of you guys saw it, too. The students were blindfolded, and they were tricked into making out with their parents.
That is disgusting.
People. Party people.
Disgusting.
No facts, no problem. I'm not talking about some light make-out. I'm not talking about some peck on the cheek. I'm not talking about some peck on the lips. I'm talking about full-on ass cupping, head behind the head, making out, okay? One of the students, all the students are blindfolded. One of the students even went as far as to say, those were some of the most luscious lips I have ever kissed. And he was making out with his mom. You feel me? This is...
His mom even put one of the students...
That was the other one, yeah.
Okay.
Another... Exactly. Thank you for that. One of the students, his own mama, took his hand and palmed her own ass with his hand. I get it. It's supposed to be fun and laughable, but nah, man. Now, all I want to tell you is, yes, they were. All of them were. Okay? If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
iLLWill, talk to me, man. What's something that peeved you?
Something this week that was that got me off.
Whoa.
Something that pissed me off or was a little off-putting this week.
Yes, sir.
Because I wasn't really pissed off, but was Robert Kraft in his trial. Because he's blocked officials, or he's trying to, and I think he succeeded in blocking people from seeing his videos where he does get a happy ending in the trial.
Wow, there's a video.
Apparently there's 2 videos, and he's claiming that once they see the video of the stuff happening, he won't get a fair trial. But motherfucker, that's evidence.
True.
And no one should have the power
to
be able to block these things. We should all have a fair trial. So if this is evidence and this shows that you're guilty, the jury should be able to see it.
Absolutely.
But apparently he's blocking it, and I think it's bullshit because he's a person of power.
Yeah.
And he's been allowed to block it. And I don't think that would happen to any ordinary Joe Schmo. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
So fuck that. And fuck the system for allowing it. Some joy.
Man, this next thing, it almost pissed me off. Like, I almost got caught. But it brought me joy because I realized that I'm still very much myself and I'm still able to laugh, right? So this weekend, after Liam's birthday party, we went out, a group of us. And the long story short is, I found out that a young lady
talk about it,
who I had encountered while in undergrad was telling people that we dated. Like we went on dates and we were lovey-dovey and friends, and we dated. And I was just so dumbfounded that this other reality of who I am was out there in the world. I'm very well aware that you view yourself one way, but there is an entirely different way that other people view you. And from person to person, you are a different person, right?
She was living her own life.
Bro, she was living her own life in her own world, in her own bubble. Never did I insinuate to this young lady that we were dating. In order to be dating, you have to go on dates. Like, by the root of the word. I don't understand, man. So whenever I received this information, I was dumbfounded, and I was a little bit annoyed at first, but then I started laughing because it was just kind of like, wow, okay, humans are just gonna be humans, and you gotta be able to laugh at this stuff. And I was glad that I was able to laugh at this. Like, this person is just delusional, and I can't. Clearly. And I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna put her out there. I'm not that guy. But at the same time, it was just kind of like, wow. Like,
she gotta be on crack cocaine.
Gotta be on the finest puree. Cause wow, like, I'm sure to a whole group of people, because apparently she said this to the young lady who relayed this information to me. I'm sure she said it to other people. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Wow. See, there was a whole group that thought this.
Yeah.
See? Oh man, it's okay because none of these people are necessarily relevant. But
it was all a dream. That's
no legit
in her head.
But yeah, man, it brought me joy to see that I can still laugh at things. Talk to me, man. What brought you some joy?
An article came out this week of all the headlines from the past decade of situations in Florida. And I couldn't help but laugh at some of these ridiculous things.
Talk to me. Hit me with a couple, man.
So let me hit you with a couple, right? It's called, the headline was, Pour It Up Possum. And it's because a possum broke into a liquor store and drank a shitload of whiskey.
Only in Florida.
and the next morning they found it drunk, laid out on the counter. Only in Florida,
That's
man.
That's a fact.
Another headline was, Pick a Tree, Any Tree.
Okay.
And it's because a 10-pound blunt washed up ashore in Daytona Beach last weekend.
10-pound blunt?
Yeah, that was in 2017.
See, only a Floridian headline can make me go, a 10-pound blunt?
Where
like nowhere else. Got all that nowhere else, bro. Nowhere else.
Yo,
and how does it wash ashore? Anyway.
11 pound.
Bro,
11 pound.
Give me one more.
One more.
Just for the road. One more for the road.
It says, tobacco doesn't even cut it. What? And it's because this guy would jerk off into his vape machine.
Oh my.
Add the vape, and then vape his own semen. Tobacco doesn't even cut it.
He would vape his own semen.
Yeah, he would add semen to the little vape
fluid.
Juice. Yeah.
My man said juice.
and just smoke it up. My
Lord.
Tobacco doesn't even cut it, buddy.
Florida, I pray for y'all, man. I pray
only
for y'all.
in Florida can shit like this happen.
Only in Florida. Beautiful place, but man, y'all are different.
that whole
That's
state
a big
is different,
fact.
man.
That's a big
That whole
fact.
peninsula should be another country.
Bruh, you see how Bugs Bunny done it? I know y'all seen the GIF. Feel me? Straight sliced it right off. And it drifted off into the West Indies.
Yo, for real.
But wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Florida, man. And with that said, y'all know the sound of that means. Yo, iLLWill.
Yo, talk to me.
Are you all talked out of shit today, brother?
For today and today only.
iLLWill, do you solemnly swear?
I solemnly swear.
To keep talking that shit.
To keep talking that shit.
Brother, I, right alongside you, solemnly swear to keep talking that shit, because this is the world famous No Facts No Problem audience of one. Ain't no name yet. The name matters. Keep talking shit. The ball in the bearded, the bad in the man, the dad of the man, the man with the plan. More fire. Peace.
Later.
That pussy.
Liam.